my other problem child is one of those units over there. My other guy's over there. And this is eerily quiet. So, that coil's hot. Somebody gave us a little peephole to see how dirty the coil is. Appreciate that. Well, the fan motor does its spinny thing. I don't see any condensation, like it's not been running for a while. The blower's not running either. And it said cooling on. That is, we got an ERV, so that's, what the hell's a hanger doing up here? So, that's the only thermostat for this side. Good Lord. I'm gonna start some sports teams. I got all the balls I need. They might need to practice their skills. Field hockey, I guess. Field hockey ball, is that bouncy? Tennis? Yeah. This is ridiculous. It's a nice football. Now, back to what I came to do. There's another ball. That's not a good start. Somebody didn't latch it well. Could have rain in it. I guess it wouldn't have affected too much over there. Low voltage isn't tripped. Looks like I got an LED light there. Alright. 19 combustion motor got replaced. It's the beauty of tagging and writing stuff down. That's my handwriting again, 2019. I've been here too much. So, let's get the meter out and see if we got power and what we got going on. We'll look at our compressor section too. Somebody's already wire tied those. The same straps are broken. Liquid lines don't look like they're touching. These guys they had the original filter dryers over there too, so nothing's really been done as far as the refrigerant circuit goes. These compressors aren't warm like they were running. The condenser was just warm, probably from the sun. So all that looks normal. I did notice, I mean, that's a no-no. That's a smoke detector. So they must have had a smoke detector fail at some point, and somebody did that. It's always good. You never know what you're gonna find. Let's see if we got voltage. Yeah, I've tripped a breaker or blown a fuse. I got no voltage. There's fuses. I don't see anything that looks burnt up in here. It's gonna be difficult to get in the top there. Let's just go across my fuses and see if any of them are blown for right now. Alright. That one's closed, closed, closed. So I've tripped a breaker. That's a 40 amp fuse. I'm assuming that's right. Maximum over current per max fuse or circuit breaker 40 to 45 depending on the model. So we're at 40, that's fine. Minimum disconnect. Yeah, so I mean, we're okay there. We're gonna have to go try to locate the breaker. Let's pull the blower panel off first and see if we can't figure out what tripped the breaker, because I don't see anything like terribly burnt up or noticeable. So belt's probably a little tighter than I'd like it. Motor spins. It kind of passes the smell test. That smells weird. Oh, look at that. We lost a motor. It tripped the, I mean, that trips at 7.4 amps. So you're telling me this tripped, no fuses blew, but the breaker tripped. Could be just about anything. Like somebody's already been in here messing with wires and fixing the usual crap. Those are rubbing right there and right there. I don't see any black marks like they blew anything up. Smoke detector wires rubbing too. Good Lord. I'm not here to fix every little thing. I'm just here to figure out what's going on. So let's ohm out our motor. Everything looks good and tight. I don't see anything majorly wrong. So let's ohm out the motor at least from there for now and see if we don't have a short to ground or something. That sun is getting hot today. .2, and the sun's killing y'all's view. 4.2. 4.2. I'm on that good. Where are you? There's 4.2. All right. So let's get it to ground. I don't know what it's supposed to ohm out at, but they all read the same. It is a 3-phase motor, so they should. Nothing to ground. Check on the incoming side. Nothing shorted to ground. Let's just check everything else. We'll have to get an amp draw on it. The motor might be going out. You would think low pressure would trip before we just tripped a breaker. Somebody didn't have a 2-pole, I'm guessing. They got a 3-pole contactor in here. So no shorts to ground. Let's go see if we can blow some smoke out of this thing. Go find a breaker, reset it, check our voltage, make sure we got 3-phase, and then we'll see what throws sparks at us and we'll know what happened. No shorts to ground here. Probably go ahead and ohm out my compressors first, because I'd like to not throw sparks if I can. I mean, they look okay. I don't see anything noticeable. Same way there, they're dirty. I mean, this coil is going to be dirty too. See if I can get somewhere grounded. There she goes. We'll just go to all 6 legs. I'm not getting any readings. No tone, no readings at all. So the compressors seem okay. Nothing short of the ground. So that's looking a little. I don't see where they've rubbed. I see where they have been rubbing, but I don't think they're rubbed out. Looks like they used to be wire tied right there. So we might want to secure that, but I don't. This is hard to do with one hand. I don't see that becoming a problem. I keep hitting buttons today. So we'll go ahead and plug our compressors back in. Let's go, like I said, find a breaker, turn the breaker on, verify 3-phase, and then start kicking things on and see if anything sparks at us. This guy might be all right. Maybe we have a power surge, something. I don't know. It is nice to put water up here. I didn't have any on the other side, but feels a little better in here now. I have to move chairs. So looks like all these. It's 120, 208, 3-phase. They're all 3-phase. So we'll just go through here and check all of them. It's probably going to be N1 blocked by the chairs, if I had to guess. Probably one. So there's not even, I guess that's a 3-pole breaker, but most everything in here is 2-pole. God bless. So checked everything else. These are 480. That's probably what I'm looking for. Yeah, there's my breakers. I need to label these too since the breakers are labeled, but there's my tripped one. Stand back. It should not trip because ain't nothing on up there. So I should have power. That's a 40 amp too. So my fuses were 40 and that's 40. I think it would have hit a fuse before it hit that breaker, but let's get back up there and see what we got. I got 490 volts. All 3 legs. Blower overload's still off. Close that. I don't know why these carriers do that, but they do tend to start up like that. We got 480. Yeah. So I've got all my legs of voltage. She's got some bearing play to her, or some bearing noise. That belt's, I don't like how tight that belt is. It's a big ass motor too. You gotta get them tight enough where they don't slip. But anyways, let's get an amp draw on it. I can't see it. I'll find out an amp draw, and then we'll get an amp draw and monitor for a little bit. especially when you're dealing with places that like to do their own work. I did verify 7.4. The motor itself says 7.5, I believe, but it's gonna be right. And the amps look good, 5.6. We're gonna give it a minute. It's calling for cooling. Like I said, could have been a power surge. You could hear some noise out of the bearings of that motor, but I mean, we might be all right here. This guy, again, like everything else, it needs a good clean, new belts and all that good stuff. We're writing all that up as we go. We're just gonna give it a few minutes, make sure condenser fan motor comes on. We'll get an amp draw on that too, because that's condenser fan motor's 3 phases as well. Tags all faded, but it looks like 3.2 amps. I hear the bearings. Moving some air. I'm just getting some noise out of it, so we'll let it time out and check. We're at 5.6 now. We'll make sure that doesn't go up and make sure the fan motor runs and all that good stuff. Alright, I'm on. I believe that's my condenser motor. Don't do this unless you know what you're doing. We got a blower motor. We're going to have compressor, and I believe this is going to be my OFC coil, so that's going to be outdoor fan. Nothing. You know, I wonder, should be fed from here. I'm not getting amp draw or anything. Don't go pressing contactors in unless you know what you're doing, because you can tear some things up. Yeah, I got 480 volts. I've lost a fan motor. That's what happened. I'm reading 2 volts across the contactor now. Contactor needs to go too. Why? It's open, so it should be reading. I'm going across my legs. I should be reading. That. There's something weird going on in that motor. Because I've got 490 coming in. That didn't hum or anything. I don't know where the third leg of power comes from, but it's usually hot. It should be hot all the time. I'd have to dig into this wiring, but this should be calling here shortly. No call yet. Got a good 28 volts. We'll let it time out, but we're gonna find that motor's not gonna run. It's gotta have an open winding, otherwise it would have hummed or did something, screamed at me. It's a big motor too. There went my contactor. I'm feeding it 490 volts. And she ain't moving. I mean, we need to verify that, I guess, my on the motor's not burnt up or there's not a wire problem in between. But other than that, we got a bad motor. I would expect it to be humming. If it was getting part voltage or something, I mean, if wires were burnt up in there, we would have blown something up and tripped the breaker again already or blown a fuse. I mean, I'm sending it voltage. It should be doing something. And it's not. I was gonna pull and look at the wires, but I don't think I have to. Those bearings are, she's a little wobbly. Those bearings are shot, so they need a new condenser motor. And then we can go from there. The compressors, we'll own them out to be sure, but the compressors are gonna be fine. This thing probably just ran for a little while until it finally shorted and tripped the breaker, and now it's got an open winding. That's why it's not doing anything. These buildings are the gift that keeps on giving. I heard something like something kicked in, but the damn power's off to this. I can hear it drawing because it's drawn from the same duct as my unit is, so here goes damper. I don't know why the ERV would have been turned off. Looks like it ain't running a little while. It's got cobwebs on the belt. Nothing, huh? Huh. Filters are clean. Wheels not rotating. That motor, what the hell? It's going the wrong damn way. I don't think it's running. I think it's just the airflow moving it. That would make sense why it's going backwards. Yeah, she's blowing up there. This guy's got some problems. That's why it's turned off. Alright. That's not my problem. We're going to leave it off. We'll let them know. We're going to note all this stuff. I don't know. Things get so far out of whack. I'm still looking good on my amp draw there, so I'm going to write everything up. The compressors are okay. They sound a little noisy, but I mean, we're talking another 10, 12-year-old unit. Needs some help. So I'm gonna call that one good. I'm gonna write all this up, get the model and serial number. We've been taking notes. We got model and serial number on everything here, and we're just gonna let them know what they got and come back and do some maintenance, and then try to replace the fan motor. We'll have to check this guy out after that. Same way over there. We need to clean, then check the first stage out. The other one seemed okay. I didn't put my hands on it. Same way with the split system. We need to have gauges on that thing and be able to tell what the hell's going on with it, but it seems okay at this point. Leave a trade bearing you found it, guys. See y'all next time.